is loud. That is loud. That's good. Okay. All right, guys. So listen, tonight is one of our favorite nights. It's called Act Up. But before we get into Act Up, um, I have something special that I wanted to do, and I pushed it down towards the end as late as I could because what you're about to see is super, super special. Um, I did a program a couple of months ago, maybe into last year, and it was called Meta Filmworks. Meta Filmworks was designed to teach people how to create content in the metaverse, bring real film industry into the metaverse. And I know that sounds weird to those that maybe never picked up an Oculus or played a game, but gaming, content, and content creation and economy is huge in that space, and it is devoid of people of color. So having the tools and the resources and the friends that I do, I said, how do we confront this as this becomes the future, as big corporations are beginning to argue about who owns this technology? It's right out of Mission Impossible almost, right? They're arguing about who owns the technology, who owns the rights. No one's teaching folks that this is simply a tool to create with. That is a free tool to create with. And if you just apply the basic fundamental science of filmmaking, my God, what you can create, whatever's on your mind. 3 of my students are here today, straight out of the metaverse. And I wanted to show their projects, their shorts, and I think you will be absolutely blown away with what they created. And make no mistake, they created this, and then there's people inside the metaverse, human beings, of course, just like you and I, who live all over the country and the world, who showed up as actors, put on their headsets, their Oculus, and acted in avatars. They used AI for building worlds and sets, costume design, hair and makeup. My God, there's a world, a big world of opportunity for us if we just stop being scared of technology and embrace it. So that's what this first part is about, okay? We're gonna start with a message from the Schomburg and then go right into the films. And after that, we'll have a conversation with our meta filmmakers and with you, the audience, and have a real discussion about what AI really is. Is it AI or us? All right, enjoy.
What is the Schomburg Center? To me, it is home. The place where we come to see who we really are, not just somebody else's reflection of who we are.
The Schomburg Center is a place of culture, it's a place of history, it's a place of knowledge.
The Schomburg Center, to me, is a repository of all of the things that has documented our sense of worth as a people.
For me, that means that it is a place of immense power.
The Schomburg Center is a public research library and a cultural institution
for the study of the Pan-African world.
It is perhaps the best in the world.
My Schomburg Center is Arturo Alfonso Schomburg.
Arturo Schomburg said, Black history and culture and intellect exists at a time when most people didn't believe that. He collected those evidences, and that became the beginning of the collection.
And it has expanded and has grown to where it is now a world-class institution.
It holds over 10 million items.
There's no parallel anywhere that brings to light what we as people of color have done, what we continue to do.
Black culture is all of culture. The universals that animate everyone's life happen here for all people.
The Schomburg for me is one of the center pillars of Harlem. When I started the journey of finding out about Red Rooster and Harlem, the very first place I went to was the Schomburg.
Researchers from around the world come and use what we have here.
I could not have written just about any of the books that I've written without the Schomburg Center's archives, resources.
The Schomburg Center is much more than a library. We encourage lifelong learning and exploration.
The Junior Scholars Program is a Saturday program with students from 5th grade to senior year in high school to help them learn about Black history and culture.
Learning about my history is important because it teaches me who I am.
The Schomburg Junior Scholars Program is going to do nothing but uplift them.
So many talented and brilliant people have walked the corridors of this amazing institution over the years. From Octavia Butler to Toni Morrison and James Baldwin, Ella Fitzgerald, Alvin Ailey, and Harry Belafonte, who graced the stage in this room of the American Negro Theater.
This place evokes great memories. It was a gift to us in our community to really try to find that space to reflect expressions of Black experience. I just knew that the environment, what I saw these young African Americans doing, was a place I needed to be.
What is my Schomburg Center? I'm standing here at the Cosmogram, which underneath holds the ashes of the poet Langston Hughes. On the evening when this Cosmogram was dedicated, people began to empty out of the auditorium. A jazz trio struck up, and to my amazement, Amiri Baraka went over and asked Maya Angelou for a dance. And they started to dance on top of the Cosmogram, on top of the ashes of Langston Hughes, and I felt what a fitting way to kiss the memory of Langston.
The Schomburg Center is a research institute and a library, but it's so much more than that.
There's something going on every day.
So many amazing people come here to talk about their creative craft, to share what inspires them. The Schomburg Center's collections help to tell stories even beyond our walls.
The Schomburg Center is here in this exhibition at MoMA, One-Way Ticket, Jacob Lawrence's Migration Series. We depend on the resources of the Schomburg to enable us to tell this story. Thinking about the implications of the past on the present is absolutely crucial for understanding the next steps, understanding what we have to do to go forward.
We today have the responsibility of making sure that new artists and activists, new scholars and poets know that this place continues to be a resource and a source of inspiration for the work that we must continue to do.
The Schomburg Center is knowledge.
The Schomburg Center, to me, is education.
The Schomburg Center is home, it is family, it is foundational.
The Schomburg Center is inspiration.
The Schomburg is with me in everything that I do.
Community, inside and out.
The Schomburg Center is us.
The Schomburg Center is you, and we invite each and every one of you to find your Schomburg Center.
I'm going to call up Autumn and Ty Sky to the stage. Come on up, guys. Come on up, grab a seat and a microphone. Come on up. So I want to say that for those of you guys in the audience with us today, this is the first time we're meeting in person.
Very much so.
Ever.
Ever.
It's the first time
Facts.
got to share time and space with each other for the first time in forever, but I feel like I've known them my entire life.
Big facts.
Y'all don't even understand, like, when we put on these headsets, y'all are the same freaking people. Like, y'all have the same mannerisms, and it's the voice, and like, I knew who they were instantly, right? And how long we been rocking? It has to be, how long have I been?
February or what?
Well, you talking about the
cohort was
cohort.
The cohort was February.
Yeah.
But before that, like, I know we met at the cohort.
Right.
But Ty, how long have you and I known
I also
each
did
other?
the cohort. This was cohort 3. I did cohort 2 with
Two
you.
and- right.
And that was like a year before.
Right.
So probably at least 3 years, maybe 2 years, 3 years. Something
3 years of connecting with people, sight unseen, through a headset, right? Being able to connect, create, share dreams, passions, arguments, drama, all types of craziness and shenanigans. And this is the first time we're seeing each other in person. That's crazy to me. Anyway, please give them a round of applause. And another thing I want you guys to know is that they are not, this is the first time they've done anything with film. They learned everything that you saw today in a couple of weeks. No formal training, other than just I have a story and I want to see how it plays out, and this is the most affordable way to do it, and it's the coolest way to do it with the friends that I've made in the metaverse. They used AI a bit to help with that, and we'll talk about where AI was included in the process. But the actors you saw, people just like you and me, but they're using technology to create content. Now, while some of it may be awkward to the person that's never been in the metaverse, doesn't understand it, but for the millions of people that are in the metaverse that understand the nuances of it, they get it immediately. They understand the movements, they understand the jerkiness, they understand what portaling is, they understand, I can't get this headset off. Those people represent a specific demographic that spend money and subscribe to watch content. So it's starting to make a little bit of sense right now? Just a little bit? Okay. So now let's talk about the cohort. Walk folks through the cohort and what you guys learned. I'll shut up.
I'll start. I was telling this story earlier. I was in Fashion Week in the metaverse. Can you believe that? Fashion Week in the metaverse? And I saw this avatar, Harlem Film House. And I was like, what's that? So in the metaverse, you're able to see who you've came across. So I went there. I went to Harlem Film House, and I saw everything was blown away by everything that was going on. So I signed up to be a part of the cohort. And in February, I was able to meet wonderful people, learn so much from you, and even got help along the way. So that was my journey to MetaFilm.
Love it. Ty?
And me, well, first of all, I want to say thank you, Boogie. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, that's my name in the metaverse.
Oh, yes, CR.
I'm Boogie.
CR. You know, MetaFilm Works and all of the, it's crazy the amount of mentors that you brought around this program that in maybe 100 lives, I would not have be able to come across a Warrington Hudlin or a Khalil Kane or a Tanya Teller or a Jamal Hodges or any other many folks that came in to the metaverse to share their insight on the expertise of filming. So again, like I always wanted to tell stories, and you know, traditional film, it is expensive, right? Yes. And this is a very interesting and unique way to tell stories. I've been a huge sci-fi nerd all my life. I love like all the sci-fi films. I get excited, but I get excited when I see sci-fi films and I see characters that look like me, but it's a little too far in between sometimes. So to be able to put something, you know, people that look like us in front and behind the camera, because my cousin Franklin is here, and I think some of my earliest thoughts about stories in that kind of realm, like he was an avid comic book collector. I mean, comic books in the hundreds, you know, that kind of like sealed in the plastic type. And I would like just kind of look through some of those stories and like, oh, wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. So just to be able to tell stories like that is beautiful.
Here's my thing. I want you guys to talk about like the process of creating your films. So for you guys to know, Autumn did The Ascenders, which was more of the music-inspired piece that you guys just saw, and Ty did Sunset. I want you guys to talk about the concepts behind your pieces and how the stories came about. And then we'll go into the production aspect of it, because you guys gotta hear what the production aspect of all of this was. It's just like you're on a set IRL. I'm sorry, in real life for that. Go ahead, Autumn, you first.
My purpose is to make enlightenment popular by creating conscious content. In the film, there's a song I created with Coke Bumaye, and we're speaking about the Jackson water crisis. When I went to Philadelphia, my hometown, Philadelphia, not Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. We were on a water boil notice, so I started to look up because I never heard of a water boil notice ever, and I was like, "What is that? Why are people having to boil their water? Why is the water quality so bad here?" But it's not just here. It's a lot of different places. And this is a global issue that we're dealing with, a natural resource, water, something that we should be able to have for free, something that we should have of quality for free. And it's taken away, not only just in Mississippi, but in Hawaii. We know about Flint, Michigan. There's so many places around the world that are affected by this, and we need to get that content out there to put it on people's minds, put it in the forefront of their minds, saying that this is an issue, we need to tackle it. And what better way to do it in the media? They already programming us with what they want us to know, what they want us to do, and how they want us to behave. So we're disrupting all of that by putting out conscious content.
She is so dope.
Thank you, Z.
Go ahead, Ty.
So, black people in the future, right?
Right.
Black people in sci-fi.
Right.
The audacity of telling stories where we are the forefront of the story. That is the type of stuff that really motivated me to be able to put together stuff that I don't feel like I see enough of, right? The power of family, the power to create. Is technology our enemy, or is it a tool? I think these are all themes that I kind of felt as doing this project. But CR asked about the process, 11 weeks.
Ooh. And let me tell y'all something. This MetaFilmWorks program is, God, it's grueling. It's grueling.
I'm gonna go ahead and say grueling.
Yeah. It's grueling because you're talking about 11 weeks to learn what a lot of you filmmakers have spent a lifetime honing and crafting, and then having to have the courage to take that piece, that amateur piece, and put it out in front of the world. Because of course I'm in their ear like, you don't show up, you don't get put out. And the goal of this is to get put out, because we're going to push it. I'm gonna put it in my festival. We're gonna push it. We're gonna push. So they had to learn, people who've never done this before, had to learn budgeting, marketing, casting. Let's talk about the casting process, because we're in the metaverse. So everybody's thinking, oh, you guys must have used all computers and AI actors. Let's talk about the cast process.
Casting, actually, we are casting for, right now, actually, I have 2 casting auditions coming up, but casting for the trailer, because this is actually the trailer for it, it's a trilogy, but casting was very difficult. Working with people in real life, you think you have it all together, you think everything will go right, but why? Why would they
do that? Why would actors show up when we need them to show up?
So the casting process was very different for me, because I've always went to casting events but never had to host one myself. Actually, when we did the casting in the metaverse, none of my people showed up. So it was very difficult with just timing and schedules and things like that. But now,
and make no mistake about it, from the beginning I told them you have to have budget, you have to create economy, you have to pay every person that you cast, that you bring on board. So it's not like people didn't show up because they were like, whatever. These people are paying, just like any other production house would pay. So that's embedded into the Meta FilmWorks program, because you have to create the film economy, right? So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, now as far as the casting as well, like, it was very organized and it was very professional, and you know, we also had to create the promo for the casting as well, right? Yeah. So not only the film, we had to create all the promo around it, the film, the casting and all that stuff. So I know I had, years back I had experience being a PA on Sunday's Best, and so seeing that casting process happen, and then seeing this casting process, there was a lot of similarities. You still had to go through the same rounds and you still had the same rules and everything. It's just that you could be casting a person that's in Japan or Canada or Atlanta or LA, and we're all in the same room. They're still reading their lines. All that, you're interacting. All that stuff. There's a lot of things that similar that when we talk about technology, it can help mitigate costs, because now you don't have to fly somebody in, or now people don't have to travel across the country to audition. They have their headset, and we're all in the same room.
Right. So one of the things I want to talk about is putting those people into avatar. So what you guys saw was, folks in their avatar, they're in their headset, they're moving around, they're doing all the things. As technology improves, and this is where AI also comes in. I'm sure everyone's heard of metahumans, right? Those things the technology is improving so much that right now the stiff avatars that you see will more and more resemble actual human beings, and you actually create it. Now here's where people get it twisted. When you create a metahuman, it's the same thing as when you create your avatar, except it looks super realistic. So what you put into it is what comes out. No one's stealing an identity or anything like that. Yes, it's backed by AI, but it's to help the process smooth. So imagine taking what they did and adding even more realistic people with more realistic range of motion. And this shit is free. I'm talking about free. You wonder why there's a media storm about, oh my God, AI is the devil, we hate it. Because it's a free tool to help you create and get your stories out. Let's talk about the AI that you guys used in relation to creating your films. Let's start with you, Autumn. Did you use any AI to help along the way?
Yes, I just mentioned I had a few casting issues. So AI voice generated. We had some of the Hound Dogmas. A lot of that was AI voice generated, and I used the platform Spatial.io to produce the film. So AI was all throughout this, and it was a great experience.
And did AI take over your mind and soul?
It did not. I wanted
Eat your
it to.
babies. It was a help.
It was very much a help. I always tell people it makes life efficient to use it as your personal assistant. Because as entrepreneurs, sometimes hobbyists and things like that, we don't have the budget, like you taught us, to do the things that we would normally want to do IRL in real life. However, in the metaverse, free resources, free tool, free worlds, people that that create different worlds. You can go world hopping, world traveling to just see what worlds work best for you. You can get people to create worlds for you. It's just an awesome tool.
And when we say worlds, that's IRL, we call those locations. So imagine if you wanted to do a scene in Paris or something like that, and you needed a real life 3D kind of model. You'd normally have to book flights, get hotel, food. It's an expenditure. Metaverse, you can recreate the real thing, and no one can tell that it's different. Or you can animate it. You can do whatever the hell you want to do with it. So it really cuts that out completely. So it's definitely an economical way to create what you see in your head, even if it's just for proof of concept. So Ty, let's talk about your experience.
So I would say where we are right now in AI and technology, as far as the metaverse and other things, probably like, and I'm gonna date myself, maybe like Atari, right? Atari 2600, 200, right? Where some things are pixelated, you can tell that things are, are sprites or animations, but like Boogie CR said.
You can say Boogie.
Just imagine with the rate of technology, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, when things are almost indistinguishable from reality, what you can do with it. So, the original question was about the technology, right?
Yeah, how you how you used AI to create Sunset.
So, technology, I think it's, the way I feel about technology and AI and all that is that leverage technology while protecting human creativity, right? I used AI, so maybe when it comes to, like, okay, you could sit down and say, hey, AI, give me a script, and it'll spit out something, but you need your vision, you need your creativity, you need your story, your unique perspective, your experience. You have to bring that into it, and maybe you can use AI as a tool to, maybe you have a dialogue that needs to be more like 5 seconds, but there's like too many words. You might say, AI, can you help make it just more concise? And it may come in with a suggestion, and then you go in there and you edit it and stuff like that. But it's a tool for productivity, like you said, locations, technology. You could have someone, a 3D environment artist, that could recreate this theater exactly. And through the metaverse, you can have people come in and interact and walk throughout the space and film it. So again, we talked about 11 weeks, right?
11 weeks.
So the ability to create a film in 11, or a short in 11 weeks, think about what that can do for, saving on budgets. And when I think about that, I think about the possibility for creative folks to eat more, because now you can do more projects. Mm-hmm. So again, my thing is you have to create, you have to protect the creative, the human creativity, because AI is just basically a remix of existing ideas. So without the human experience, art won't evolve. There will be nothing unique about the story. It'll just be regurgitated. So you have to continue to bring that human element, emotions and feelings into it, or else it's not art anymore.
Right. AI could never have had the experience of Sunset. Sunset is based on a true story. Sunset happened to us. The app that we all met on.
I got stuck in the metaverse, y'all. I'm joking.
Yeah. The app that we met on is called was called AltSpace. We were, this is, Autumn met us as Meta Filmwork, but we were in Alt Space. Alt Space was like, okay, I'm gonna date myself right now, but how many of y'all remember Black Planet?
Yeah.
I remember Black Planet.
It was like Black Planet, but you was there. I can't describe it anymore. The people that you met, remember when we'd be on Black Planet, you meet friends, you start to know people online? Well, imagine if those online people were manifested in front of you every single day in an avatar that you recognize as a representation of them, but you can talk to them just like you were talking to them over the text and writing, but they were standing in front of your face. After 3 years of that, obviously you become a family, right? Remember how we all felt when Black Planet shut down? We was like, what the fuck? Nobody want to go to MySpace. Then we all jumped to MySpace. Now we all on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? This is the evolution of that. Alt Space was groundbreaking in that. So 3 years, we're together. He's throwing parties. We were having DJ battles. Listen, a DJ named Fred. He's a Metaverse DJ. He's right there in the back. Can attest to it. Nina Crease.
DJ named Fred. All right, what's up?
Graham, okay, and Chris. We met there and we became family, bonded. I'm talking about fights, people hooking up, people cheating. It was.
Yo, we cut a record in Nina Crease's studio in the Metaverse.
Yes, they cut records. When I tell you groundbreaking, and then one day the news came down that they were closing the app. The devastation that ensued, the feelings, the arguments, the tears, the parties, to close down. You know, we Black, so we's like, hey, we gonna celebrate. And we did. And we thought, damn, we wish that we could just stay. There's a palpable feeling of, we wish this was real, right? It was heartbreaking because we knew that there was nowhere that felt like home, where all of our people bonded together, where Black excellence was on display, as well as Black shenanigans, constantly. So Ty, when we were doing Meta Filmworks, he said, I'm gonna bring the story to the front and I'm gonna put my twist on it. What if we got stuck there? And he went through it and you guys saw it. But AI can't come up with that because that was a real human experience. But it allowed him to put it on the screen. It allowed him to become and Autumn real filmmakers. And when we say 11 weeks, we mean 11 weeks from not knowing anything about film to that. So right now I'm gonna open up the floor because I know we got times and we got time and stuff.
We got time today.
And we got time today. Yes. Oh, there's microphones in the back, so if you guys have questions, just run to the back and grab a microphone and you can ask your questions.
Good evening, everyone. I have a statement and a question. So my name is Richard Pelzer. I have a company called Harlem CLX, which is Create, Learn, and Experience. And I just want to say, one, I'm very proud of all of you. I think it's amazing. I didn't know what I was coming to, so my cousin invited me. So Autumn, thank you very much. I happen to live here in Harlem. She's in Philly. But I just wanted to ask you guys, like, what's next? Because I happen to be a filmmaker, a traditional filmmaker. And yes, it took me 11 months to do my film. So when I hear 11 weeks, I'd be cracking up. But I think that this is really great. So what's next? I mean, I do think that when it comes to revenue and money, we're all trying to make it. So I always say the more you show, the more business we can do, because we're in show business anyway, right? That's right. So yeah, I just wanted to know what's next.
Well, what's up, Cousin Richard? How you doing? Thank you for coming through. I would say, first of all, this was the pilot episode that you saw of Sunset, and I think, like you mentioned, that was your trailer. So there's about 7 more episodes to come up. So continuing the story is very important. Continuing the IP and the brand and the world and the characters and the roles is very important. So I think the story is kind of like the foundation of it, but there's so much economy that you can build around the story, especially when it's an original story, whether it's merchandise, whether it's licensing, whether it's,
Show off the merch. Got to show them the merch. Yes.
You know,
And all of them.
Sunset merch.
Sunsetseries.tv, sunsetseries.tv. You can
Yeah.
watch the episode and you can get some merch, you know.
And
But
all
yeah.
of them were trained on that as well as part of the 11 weeks, merchandising, marketing.
So
and
ju-
stuff
I
at the
mean,
beginning.
yeah, sorry. So yeah, just pushing it forward, pushing this forward, and then also pushing new stories forward and pushing the technology, and again, keep bringing in that human creativity to push things to the next level.
What's next for Ascenders? Like I said, this is the trailer for a trilogy. We have songs coming out that we're producing. We have NFTs. We have merch. There's a lot that's going to be coming out from this. We plan on doing tours where we go to the different cities that are affected, and we do water distribution. There's a lot that's going to come in the pipeline with this project, and I'm just very excited that all this started with Boogie.
So, aw. These are just two of the Meta Filmworks Meta filmmakers, right? So we had a class of 8. Usually we're on our 3rd cohort. This was the showrunner edition. So they've created series. So I'm with them for the long haul. As long as they want to keep creating episodes, I'm with them. Harlem Film House is with them. That means you guys are with them as well, because they're going to need our support, right? So Meta Filmworks is, I think we open up the next cohort maybe next month. Jesus.
Woo, woo.
While still working on these productions. So creating film economy in the metaverse is super important. What I want to do is get more of our IRL directors to grab headsets or computers and join us. I dragged Jamal Hodge. Look, Jamal, you see him? I dragged Jamal Hodge into the metaverse. Warrington Hudlin met me there. He's in charge of, he oversees our metaverse programming. Meta Filmworks should be in every school, in every center. I'm begging my my mentor, KC, to let me bring it here to Schaumburg. It's super important that we teach how to create film economy if it doesn't, if the powers that be don't give us a piece of the pie. We all know we're striking right now. We know what's happening. But as independents, that shit never really messed with us in the first place, because we've always had to pull it from the mud. Hi, I know you have a question.
I just wanted to say hi to Ty. What's up, man?
DJ, my DJ brother in the metaverse. What's up, man?
Hey, we done DJ'd in the metaverse together. You know what I'm saying? We did the he was doing the DJing for Builders Got Talent.
Oh yes.
We DJ'd
Yes.
together on there. So Alt Space, like I said, if you guys don't know nothing about Alt Space, that was a big heartbreak for everybody.
Yeah.
Because that was the meeting spot. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's like, where are we gonna go next?
Right.
So, and that's, like I said, this right here is what is important to us, because we got to create our next space. You know what I'm saying? Creating our next space. Me and Nina's, we still in Tribe, you know, and we use that as a space for, you know, creating everybody else. We do DJing in Metaverse. You know what I'm saying? The Metaverse is a big space for everybody. If you got an idea, that's where it's going to be. You can bring it out.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to create.
Facts.
Whatever you want to create.
Yeah.
So, props to you guys.
All right, and just like DJ Dan Fresh said, we basically carved out we brought our culture into the metaverse.
Right.
It was basically, originally it was a very, not to say corporate is a bad thing, but our culture was not in there. So we carved out something that made it pop. When we said, you know, hip hop, DJing, all that stuff within the metaverse clubs and creating music and creating records and artists and showcases,
Right.
you know.
It did not exist before we got there.
Did not exist. We put our stamp on that culture within that technology and really made it feel like something.
Right, and they keep saying, I have the white corporations come to me all the time, and they're like, I'd love to pick your brain for a minute. How you guys do this? And it's like, no, pay me. Fuck you, pay me. And pay my people, and we'll show up, and we'll create programming for you. Or give us a interest in that app you're creating. We want a stock. We want a piece, we want a seat at that table. And then at that point, they're like, oh, well, you know, yeah. Go ahead with your $50 million app that you can only get 3 people to. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sorry, I could go on forever. Who's next?
Hey, Z.
Hey.
What's up, Autumn Tide? Good to see you
on?
guys in
See you
the
in real
flesh.
life.
In the flesh. I just wanted to say that how proud I am of you guys. I remember when you guys was first starting out, putting it together, and to see where you went from concept to execution, it's a beautiful thing. So I just want to celebrate y'all and say congratulations.
Jamal, I appreciate you, man. Being very generous with your time and dropping them gems, man. We appreciate
So many gems.
No, it's no problem. I mean, and we're here to celebrate, but I think it's important for people that are curious as well to talk about some of the challenges you had to overcome. So if you have any stories about some of the challenges you had to overcome and what did you learn from that and how did it force you to grow as a filmmaker, I think that would be some cool stories, you know, give some hope to people that might want to just start out.
I think you mentioned casting, so I'll let you talk about that part of it if that's what you want to talk about. But there's a lot of pieces that. So the technology, first of all, is a big challenge because you do need to have a high expertise in the technology and how metaverse works. And not only that, once you get past that, how do you actually film in the metaverse? How do you recreate your shots in the metaverse? How do you get the quality that you want to get within the metaverse? So that's a whole nother discipline within itself, right? Locations, right? You can't just go and show up in someone in real life and be like, hey, I want to use this location, get licensed or whatever. You have to either find or most of the time build or have someone build. So you need a 3D artist that's going to be able to come in there and build the locations. That's going to be able to build the avatars, from your concepts and from your mood boards. So there is a lot of let's be real. There's a little herky-jerkiness going on in there, right? But so you have to edit around a lot of kind of weird things that can happen beyond your control in the metaverse when you have on the platform. Sometimes, you get a drop in internet, so avatar just freezes like this, and it looks weird. So there's a lot of things you got to do to kind of edit around and be creative to make it a little bit more seamless and be able to suspend that belief so that you can focus on the story and not focus on the quirks of the technology.
I already spoke about the casting issues, but I wanted to kind of piggyback off of what you said. The education, teaching people how to use the equipment. If you think about it, our eyes is what gives our mind the information. It allows us to kind of depict what's going on around us, but it's really illusion. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as you put on that headset, everything changes. You're literally inside that world. So I remember putting on the headset and then you could be facing forward, but then about time you take the headset off, you're in a whole nother area, turned a whole different direction. And it's the fact that teaching people how to be comfortable with that technology was a challenge for me.
I would say the biggest challenge, Jamal, is also getting our folks to adopt technology. And understanding that that's where the future bag is.
And can I just say, I just want to give a moment to shout out Kim, my coordinator.
Hey, Kim, watch it!
I'm telling you, with so many moving pieces with that technology, filming and editing and avatars breaking down or getting weird. Kim was there on set every day, and she was keeping things moving and anticipating the next step and getting folks into position. And when people were having issues with their technology, she was the help desk and everything. So I want to just give props and give a shout out to our coordinator.
And everything they learned over the 11 weeks translates into real world skills. They could be hired right now, and create massive revenue for themselves and still continue what they want to do. Yes.
Hi,
Autumn, hi Ty. Congratulations
Thank you so
on
much.
your pieces. My name is Tiffany. It's a little bit similar to the last question, but I was curious to know any surprise takeaways that you had about whether it was the project or the process, or surprise takeaways about yourself in this process. Anything that you were kind of like, oh wow, I didn't see that coming.
I just say that the ability to have a story in mind and to apply it to this new platform, it's one thing, we got a crash course in traditional filmmaking concepts. So to be able to convert that over to this new medium and kind of massage it where it applies. Like we talked about locations, we talk like your makeup artist is really like your 3D avatar designer. To be able to translate that stuff is probably the biggest surprise, and to see how well it could actually work was also a big surprise, if that makes sense.
Ascenders has been something that I've been creating for a while now. I actually have a book series that I wanted to create a comic book from it, but I didn't have the budget for the animation. I didn't have the people, the resources to do what I wanted to do. I'm trying not to get emotional.
You're gonna make me cry. No, don't do it, Anna. You're gonna make me cry.
So something that I learned from this was that I don't need all of that to do it. I just need my story, and I just need people to believe in me just as much as I believe in myself, and it should be how to do it the right way.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
Can't be no punk. Listen, in the don't tell nobody that we was up here crying.
I know. Don't tell nobody we was up here crying.
Brother in the back.
I think we had that recorded. Hello, everybody. My name is Osundu. Hold on one second, so I'm not abandoned here. My name is Osundu Tambo, martial artist, fight scene choreographer, actor. And to be quite honest, I saw a post today on FB by this man here, Jamal Hodge, saying there was a contest today for some acting at like 5. I was like, yes, act up, let's go. I'm part of that. We can do this. They can get the smoke. And I came and saw this. So, and man, how enlightening. I mean, I've heard a lot of the debate about AI, and I know a lot of, it's a really touchy topic right now, and how it's affecting our craft and what we do. And what you broke down just made it make sense. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm seeing it now a lot more constructively. I'm seeing it as a means by which to surmount obstacles, which is a huge thing in the process for a lot of us. I mean, I've got a lot of ideas that, I've wanted to, get out there myself. And of course, this stimulated more of those, especially the second project that was up there, in which they were found in this other world. I was just telling Jamal, it's like I've got a whole, set of ideas. It's a whole series just on that. And his question to me was, yeah, but you got the money for that? So I was like, no, but we could get the money. How do we get the money? So,
get to the bag.
But with the metaverse, you get the money for a headset and you connect with us. You come to Meta Filmworks. We'll get it done. It won't cost you nothing other than the budget that you need to pay the people that come to support you. And that's all it is about: community, connection, and the evolution of our stories and how we tell them.
And to be able to utilize a tool, because I was already on Spatial. I was already on there meeting people, doing different things. And to be able to utilize it for my actual story and utilize it as a tool for me was something that I didn't even think about. So, like I said, I use it all the time. Never used it to try to create a comic or create a film or create a short or anything like that. So this has been amazing.
And so I would say, like, so technology, it's neither good nor bad. There's no morality to the technology itself. It's how you use it.
A tool.
Right?
Yes. It's a tool.
So just like you could be on your phone all day just doing endless scrolling, or you can be on the phone and you could learn how to create anything. So it's kind of, there's a song by Fela Kuti, "Water Get No Enemy," right? And it's because like water can sustain life. It can grow crops. You know, you drink it to be hydrated, but it can also flood. It could also drown. You know, so but the thing is, water has no enemy because the water is not the enemy. It's how it's used. It's actually what's happening. You know, saying like a camera is a technology, but a camera on its own, there's no art to it. Just sitting. You need the human vision to pick it up. You need to use human to focus on the right thing and to focus on story to make that technology make sense. Now, you can also take that same camera and you could do some horrible things with it, right? But so I would say make sure that we're supporting the people who are using technology in the right way to elevate our creativity and our stories, and not folks who are just going to use it and abuse it or just say, give me a story, and then whatever it spits out first, create that as if, you know, that's not the art, that's not the vision of it, you know?
The last thing I want to mention before we get into ACT UP is monetization. So we talked about the feel-good part of what we do, but the other side of it is you're like, okay, well, that's cute, but how y'all making money with this? I'll tell you how. We created, before we got into MetaFilmWorks, we created a series called Becoming the Moets. And Ty can attest to this. Nina can attest to it. Every week, I would create this episode, and I would put it out weekly. 300 people, 300, think about it. The size of this theater, 300 people, wherever they were in the world, would put on their headset, come into the app, come into our theater to watch it. Every single week for 10 weeks. And it got bigger and bigger and bigger. Imagine if I said, all right, well, you know what? We need a donation. Now I'm adding a box office to it. Now I'm adding ticket to it. Why? Because they're coming to see it. They're consuming content. Not only are they the content, but now they can come and watch actual content, sit next to each other and talk about it, the same way we do right now. So with MetaFilmWorks, the next evolution of teaching our filmmakers is how to now monetize, how to grow their brand, and how to charge folks in the metaverse for it. They can open up subscription services, content creation. They don't have to rely on TikTok or YouTube for their views. If they can sell a ticket to their screening in the metaverse for $5, $2, $1, or hey, $10 a month, support this creator, they can be their own Patreon. How powerful is that? This is the revolution that we are talking about. And we need all of us, particularly folks of color, to get on board because you are being left behind so bad. And that's why it's so important. This room should be packed. Packed. But that's okay, because it only takes one or two of us to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep hitting it and keep spreading the word. So now that you guys heard about what happened here today, please go and spread the word. So I'm going to let you guys have some final thoughts and talks, and then we will move on. Autumn, any last words?
I appreciate everyone who has helped with this film. I appreciate MetaFilmWorks, and thank you to my family who came out and supported me. I appreciate it. And make sure that you guys are utilizing your voice. Our voice is something that is very important, and we have to speak up on the things that we care about. So that's all for me.
Well, I want to thank everybody for, you know, spending this time to allow us to share our stories with you. You know, thank you to Harlem Film House and MetaFilmWorks and everybody who wrapped their arms around us for this process. I want to thank my family, thank my sister, thank my cousin, friends of the families out. I want to thank my wife who put up with way too many nights of all-nighters editing and filming and everything. So I just want to be able to continue the story and for everyone to be able to join along in the story and be able to expand the world of Sunset and you know, just really just keep that going. And I hope that something in this inspires you to be invested to find out what's next. We have 7 more episodes to go, and our cast and crew is excited. I know Kim is ready. We about to put it down. But please connect and stay connected with us. SunsetSeries.tv is the website and our social media, SunsetSeries.tv. Just follow us. You can check out the episodes and check out more story around the characters and all that stuff. So, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Boogie. Thank you for this opportunity. Appreciate y'all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your participation here. After this is over, Ty and Autumn will be in the auditorium, so if you have any more questions for them, please feel free to network there. Thank you.
All right. We're going to take a short break, and then we will begin the ACT UP program. Thank you, guys.
You're good, CR.
For everyone that's here to participate in the $1,000 Act Up Challenge, powered by Hodge Cinema, we will be starting the sign-up list in 3 minutes. So the way the evening will work is like this. Donald, stay right there. Donald, stay right there. Don't move. So the way the evening will work is like this. We're going to get you actors signed up for those that want to compete for the $1,000. On the stage, we have a live reading that will announce the winner, the writer who is the winner of the Act Up Screenwriter Contest, because that writer will be going to Tuscany, Italy tonight. The actors that are reading for you tonight are the best of the best from the Act Up program. And it's going to be dope, and I know you guys will love it. And then after that, we'll break. We're going to see a project from Kevon, who is one of our Act Up folks, and Okima Moore, just a short, so that you can see what comes out of programs like Act Up. And then after that, we will have the monologue challenge, and one of you will be going home with $1,000, courtesy of Jamal Hodge, Hodge Cinema, and Harlem Film House. So if you have any friends who are actors who need to be in this building tonight, we will comp them. Just get them in the building, because I know times are rough for actors. $1,000 can go a long way. And if you bring them, maybe they'll share it with you. But call your friends and get them here tonight. We'll comp everybody. You know what I'm saying? I just have to make a little bit of donation. We need to pay for the space, goddammit. So, but let's do it, all right? So in about 2 minutes, we'll start sign up in the lobby. All right, guys. Okay, guys. Before we get started with the competition, you know I'm gonna milk it as long as I possibly can. So yes, the competition is happening at the tail end of tonight, but we intend to enthrall you and entertain you as we lead up to that. It also gives you actors a little bit more time to sit with your performance. Everything we're doing tonight here is being live streamed on the YouTube channel, and it will be pushed out to everybody that I know in the industry. Everything that we're doing tonight, I'm pushing out. So, and I'm doing that because people need to understand the amazing talent that comes out of ACT UP. Tonight, right now we're about to go into our live read, and this read is for the winner of our ACT UP Screenwriter Competition. ACT UP started out of this festival, was born out of this festival, and we extended it into a monthly program to help support writers, really, and actors, and create a safe space for them to meet, connect, and create film economy together. And we've done just that with the help of So the program was so great that I got a call from the prestigious Nostos Screenwriters Retreat, and they said, whoever wins your competition has a guaranteed slot in our program. If you don't know about Nostos, they are a screenwriters retreat that happens in the beautiful rolling hills of Tuscany, Italy. Thousands of people compete for this all year, and they only select 8 people, and they have guaranteed one of those slots to us. So, yeah. So we told the filmmakers, you know, listen, save your money, because if you get this spot, we don't want to hear about it. I can't afford it. If we got to do GoFundMe to get you out there, we'll try. But it is an amazing opportunity. The winning script tonight will be read by some of my most favorite folks from ACT UP. They are some of the best that have come through our doors after COVID, and I am so glad that they are part of the family. The winning script tonight is They Got You, written by Marlon Green. Actors, please come to the stage and take your spots. They Got You is a sci-fi dramedy centered around unusual circumstances in the woods.
I got it. You gonna share? Share over here then.
Exterior, woods, day. Older model 4x4 SUV rambles along an overgrown trail. We hear AM radio static as a radio host begins to speak.
Caller, you're on live. Go ahead.
Is this for real, or are you guys joking?
Darnell, 27, African American, cornrows hairstyle, scruffy beard, drives SUV. He turns up the radio volume. Interesting.
Is Sasquatch real? No one knows for sure. But one thing that is for sure is the Bigfoot bounty. The money is real, and these guys mean business.
Darnell reaches over to the passenger seat and rubs the furry head of Bootsy, a large German shepherd riding shotgun.
I don't believe in no Bigfoot, no Sasquatch, or no abominable snowman. How can there be no evidence after all these years of people looking for them? If they were real, somebody would have seen something somewhere.
Darnell digs into bag of Jack Link's beef jerky, takes a bite, feeds the rest to Bootsy.
What do you think of that, John? Why hasn't anyone found any real evidence?
Exterior campsite, day. Darnell looks at a hand-drawn map and surveys the area.
That's the mountain. That's the train tracks we cross. That means the river must be down that way.
Darnell skeptically looks around at all the dense woods.
If what the old man told us is true, we in the right spot. We getting the jump on all them fools, Bootsy.
Bootsy barks in the affirmative. So, my apologies, I messed up. So let's take it at the bottom of page 1. Darnell digs into bag of Jack Link's beef jerky, takes a bite, and feeds the rest to Bootsy.
What do you think of that, John? Why hasn't anyone found any real evidence?
We need somebody to read radio guest, John.
Anytime someone finds something, the government swoops in and makes it disappear. There's either a really big cover-up or Bigfoot is smarter than the people, and that's why nobody can catch one.
Smarter than people. We'll see how smart they are staring down the barrel of my .338 Magnum. I'll call you guys back when I bag me one of them big boys.
So you're going after the Bigfoot bounty even though you don't believe it exists?
For $1 million? It's worth a shot.
Oh, you haven't heard the latest. They tripled the reward. It's up to $3 million now.
Darnell turns down radio volume and looks overjoyed.
Ooh, $3 million. Yo, you hear that, Bootsy? We about to be rich.
Bootsy barks. Exterior woods day. Darnell's SUV parks in a clearing. Thick woods all around. Darnell and Bootsy hop out. Darnell is dressed for the urban jungle rather than the wilderness, complete with perfectly untied Timbs, sagging jeans, and a camo vest. Time passes as Darnell unloads high-tech gear and sets up camp. Exterior campsite day. Darnell looks at a hand-drawn map and surveys the area.
That's the mountain. That's the train tracks we crossed. So the water must be down there.
Darnell skeptically looks around at all the dense woods.
If what the old man told us is true, we're in the right spot, Bootsy. We're gonna get the jump on all them fools.
Bootsy barks in the affirmative. Exterior riverbank, dusk. It's getting dark. Darnell has a walking stick and backpack. He and Bootsy walk along the riverbank. Darnell spots an impression in mud up ahead. He rushes over, his camera ready to take the photo. Slosh! A small wave splashes away the impression before he could take a picture. Darnell looks up, eyes wide with fear. Shit just got real. Cricket sounds grow louder as his anxiety level rises.
Fuck! I didn't know it was gonna be like this. Shit. The woods on TV ain't nothing like this, Bootsy. It's getting dark, too.
Bootsy turns around, takes a few steps back in the direction they came from. Bootsy barks for Darnell to follow.
No shit, Bootsy. Let's be out.
Darnell, with Bootsy by his side, walks quickly, then faster, then all out runs, throwing away his walking stick. Wilderness sounds grow. An owl hoots, a howl in the distance. Darnell tries to pull up his sagging jeans before... Too late. Darnell trips and falls. He hops right up.
Wait, Bootsy, my pants.
Darnell ties his stylishly untied Timbs, bone tight, pulls his jeans high up over his navel, tightens the belt so he can run without falling. He takes off running after Bootsy. Exterior campsite night. Loud crickets are deafening. It's dark, really dark, except for the small tent with a light on inside. Interior tent, night. A portable lantern sits on top a makeshift workstation made from milk crates and particle board. Darnell fumbles around frantically, pulls out a shotgun and shells. Bootsy sits in the corner furthest from the entrance. Darnell clumsily loads the shotgun.
Ain't nothing out there this can't handle.
Darnell starts the recording equipment, puts on headphones.
Let's see if we get something on audio.
He unzips the tent flap just enough to aim a parabolic microphone outside. Hears breaking branches, heavy footsteps, a howl. Darnell yanks off the headphones, hurriedly zips the tent closed, looks at Bootsy, eyes wide with fear.
I know you heard that shit with your dog ears.
Bootsy turns and faces away from Darnell.
And you ain't even doing nothing.
Bootsy moans, "Fuck off," in dog language.
I'm gonna put your ass outside. You can start guarding shit.
Darnell reaches for Bootsy's collar. Bootsy growls menacingly, gnashes teeth at him. Darnell backs off.
Or you can stay in here with me.
Darnell shakes his head in disgust.
Punk bitch. I knew I should have got a pit bull.
Darnell picks up his night vision goggles. Interior, exterior tent continuous. Darnell unzips the flap just enough to stick his head out, looks through the goggles to see night vision goggles point of view. Countless animal eyes staring back at him.
Fuck!
Darnell drops the goggle, hurriedly zips the tent closed.
It's a gang of animals out there. I mean, we need to get back to the hood where only the freaks come out at night, because this shit here is crazy.
There's a thud outside the tent, then another thud, then something hits the tent, causing it to almost collapse.
What was that?
Intercut, inside-outside tent. Darnell slowly unzips the tent flap, peeks his head out with the flashlight, shotgun now under his arm.
Yo, who that?
Darnell shines flashlight, sees rocks on the ground, including one that obviously hit the tent. Darnell ducks back inside the tent.
They throwing rocks, Bootsy. Somebody is out there throwing motherfucking rocks.
Darnell holds up the shotgun, leads with it as he exits the tent. Darnell stands outside the tent, aims shotgun at the dark woods.
Y'all Bigfoot niggas better stop throwing rocks.
Darnell readies the pump action shotgun.
Oh, I'm bucking shots.
Suddenly, Darnell is hit in the chest by a soft, steamy rock. He touches his chest, smells his fingers, and reacts to the stink.
Ain't no rock.
Whoa! A bone-chilling howl, yell emanates. It sounds too animal-like to be human and too human to be purely animal. Interior tent moments later. Darnell, frantic, fumbles around and gathers some things. He turns on a video camera and places it on a tripod outside.
Video rolling, audio recording. We'll come back and get this shit. When it's daylight, we out, Bootsy.
Exterior campsite night. Darnell runs to the SUV carrying shotgun in one hand, backpack in the other. Bootsy leads the way. Darnell tries the door. It's locked.
Damn, why did I lock it?
We hear grunting, heavy footsteps approaching rapidly. Bootsy barks impatiently.
I'm hurrying.
Darnell digs in a bone-chilling howl, yell, closer. Frightened, Darnell drops keys. They disappear into the dark underbush. He fires shotgun repeatedly. Click, click. It's empty. Footsteps and grunting approach rapidly. Bootsy takes defensive stance, shielding Darnell. Bootsy growls aggressively and charges into the dark woods. We hear ravenous animal fighting sounds, then a high-pitched dog yelp.
Bootsy!
Suddenly silence. A low growl builds. Darnell takes off running blindly into the dark woods. Exterior dark road night. Darnell runs out of the woods into a secluded road. He's exhausted. An old dingy pickup truck approaches. Darnell desperately flags it down. The pickup truck pulls up in front of the train station. Darnell exits the passenger side.
Thanks for the lift.
The driver nods and waves.
Hey, man, hope you find your dog.
The truck drives off as Darnell heads towards the train station platform. He passes a sign that reads, "To NYC." Opening titles over, New York City at dawn. Darnell is riding the Metro North train into the city as the sun rises. Interior soundstage day. Darnell, wearing a visitor pass, makes his way through the soundstage where crew, lights, and cameras are focused on a large water tank backdrop made to look like an ocean with Titanic-esque ship sinking in the background. Definitely a low-budget production. Darnell makes eye contact with and rushes over to meet Trayvon Michaels, 27, African-American, handsome with meticulous goatee, wears wife beater and jeans. The two share a handshake and hug and embrace.
Yo, D, thanks for coming through, man.
No doubt.
Darnell looks towards the film set water tank.
I get it. It's like the Titanic, but with black people.
Yeah, and I'm like the star. Watch how I pimp this scene real quick.
Cut to in the water. Trayvon and Rosalie, African-American, pretty with heavy makeup, fake long hair and nails, wear sexy black dress. Both are in the water clinging to a large wooden door, keeping them afloat.
And action!
Here, climb on this.
Trayvon helps Rosalie climb on top of the wooden door.
But what about you?
Trayvon tries to climb aboard with her, but the door starts to sink under both of their weight. Rosalie looks at Trayvon like he's crazy.
You're gonna make me fall in.
She pushes Trayvon off the door, back into the water.
Come on now. You know a nigga can't half swim. Move over.
You won't hold us both.
Trayvon looks at her, an indignant expression on his face.
What you expect me to do, die?
Trayvon climbs aboard once more.
Shit, I'm the one that found the damn door. I'm getting on this motherfucker.
Annoyed, Rosalie kicks Trayvon back into the water.
I said it won't hold us both.
Well, Dan, you ain't got to kick it, nigga.
You keep trying to get on, you're gonna make me fall in.
Yeah, you right. Ain't gonna hold but one of us. See, as I'm the bigger and stronger, I'm thinking it's gonna be me.
Bloop! Trayvon dumps Rosalie's ass into the water and climbs aboard the wooden door. He paddles away from her with his hands. Furious, Rosalie doggy paddles hard after him.
But wait, come on. I love you.
Love? How we gonna be in love and we just met the other day on this shit? We only fucked one time and you ain't even sucked me off right. That ain't no love.
Rosalie grabs Trayvon's foot, tries to pull him off the door. He clings to the door.
Sister's always trying to pull a black man down. Cut!
Lifeguards swoop in and help Rosalie and Trayvon to the poolside, where production assistants help them out of the water, cover them with towels and blankets. The director, full beard, enthusiastic, walks over to Trayvon and Rosalie. Rosalie is furious.
That wasn't in the script.
Calm down, girl. He said improvise, so I improvised.
Trayvon, man, you're changing the story.
You told me to keep it real, and I ain't kept that shit a buck.
In case you didn't see the original, this is the part where your character dies.
Trayvon thinks for a moment, shakes his head, nah.
Nah, fuck all that. You think a brother going out like a sucker? We don't be falling all in love after we only hit one time. We got a saying for that. We don't love them hoes. And even if I was in love, it ain't come down to me or her, it's probably gonna be me. Why should I die so she can keep on living and be fucking other dudes? If anybody gonna keep on living and keep on fucking, it's gonna be me.
Oh, just like a black man. You don't understand nothing about love. Only thinking about your damn self.
Trayvon scrunches his face, rolls his eyes at her comment.
Trayvon, man, I feel you, dog. We're 150 right here. Here's the thing. We're spoofing an actual movie, so we have to kind of follow the original story. So let's go again. And this time, Trey, I want you to keep it real while your character dies. You know? Say some funny shit about how black people hate cold. Like, this here water is colder than a motherfucker. You know? Funny shit.
Trayvon shakes his head and looks despondent.
Oh, I see what this is. Y'all trying to cut a brother out the sequel.
Interior Mercedes, SUV night. Darnell drives. Trayvon gets comfortable in the passenger seat.
I see Mom's finally let you rock that Benz again. Are we gonna get arrested for stealing her whip like you did last time?
Nah, we straight. That was just a misunderstanding.
Trayvon looks at Darnell suspicious, not sure to trust him.
Good looks on this ride. I appreciate this shit. Damn, training's been taking forever.
Don't even worry about it, player. We boys, you know how we do. Always there to help a brother out.
Trayvon looks at Darnell side-eyed.
Yo, what you want, man?
What? Nah, it ain't even like that.
Yo, you ain't got a front, all right? You know, whatever it is, I got you.
Darnell perks up a bit. His opportunity presents itself.
Well, since you asked, man, I need somebody to go with me to pick up my truck.
Oh, no doubt. Where's that?
Exterior Brooklyn Street, night. The Mercedes SUV drives the streets of Brooklyn. Continuous. Darnell, still driving, waits for a response from Trayvon in the passenger seat.
In the woods?
Trayvon frowns skeptically.
Yeah, ain't gonna take but a minute. Wait.
At night?
Mom needs her truck during the day.
Trayvon looks at Darnell like he just lost his damn mind.
Negro, is you high? You said you would help no matter what it is.
That was before you started talking all crazy, man. Black people don't be messing around in nobody's woods, especially at night. Shit.
Trayvon shakes his head in disgust.
Dog, I need you right now.
I got too much shit to do, man. You know, we got Rod's wedding this weekend. I'm the best man. I ain't got the time. Plus, I got allergies.
Allergies? What you allergic to?
The woods, motherfucker. Especially at night, I be sneezing and everything.
You ain't got, man, you ain't even got, get out the car.
Why was you out in the woods in the first place?
You know, sometimes a brother gotta be one with nature and shit.
They got a park for that. You let nature on your ass. You ain't even got to leave the city. Shit.
Yo, I'm desperate. After all we've been through, you gonna help?
Trayvon stares out the window, refusing to look Darnell in the eyes.
Nah, you gonna have to find somebody else, man.
And scene.
That was good. I don't know.
Actors, if you could please introduce yourselves.
Charles Massey.
Stephanie Ogaliza.
I'm getting that 3 million. My name is Donald Caliste.
Samantha Alethea Ennis.
Skylar James Bailey.
Nicole Marie Hunt.
I am your narrator, C.R. Capers. All right, guys. So right now we are going to go into a special presentation of Lettre La while you guys relax, relate, release. Remember, the challenge is coming up in just a few. So if you have not signed up for the $1,000 challenge powered by Hodge Cinema, Jamal Hodge, please raise your hand. He'll be taking the stage. Please make sure you see Kim in the back. And without any further ado, I present to you Lettre La. All right, guys, please give it up for the director, the writer, producer.
That's love. That's love.
So, Kay, I wanted to bring you, I thought it was important to do this here because in ACT UP, because not only are you festival alumni, but you won Best Actor back in,
Back in 2019.
2019.
Years and years ago.
Jesus. Years and years ago. He started out as an actor, being a part of the festival and everything that, has, to then writing and producing and directing. And he and Okima both, who you guys know, was featured here at ACT UP. She's doing amazing things in this space too, but your evolution has been amazing to watch.
Before we go any further, I have to say, it really, truly started here. So Hip Hop Film Festival was the first film festival thing that I ever did in New York. And it was the first time, because I'm from St. Lucia originally, and it was the first set of community that I started to find in New York. Was when you guys brought me in and showed me so much love and made me believe in myself, So thank you so much for creating this space.
And it's easy to do because you have so many stories within you, and you tell them distinctly and unapologetically from the Caribbean point of view, which I appreciate. My family's from the Caribbean. We're Bahamian, massive. But being here as now I'm considered a Yankee because Go on. Yeah. But to see those representations on the screen and all the things that you had to learn, like the lighting of dark skin, the cultural attachments. But forget all that. Let's start with the simple story. You have a way of taking one room and making it bigger than life. Let's talk about Let La and the concept behind the story.
Yeah, so the inspiration for Let La is based on an actual radio show in St. Lucia that I grew up listening to. As a little kid, I had no business listening to that show, but my mother used to put it on. And I was in the COVID-ness of it all, and just really, as an actor, so many actors here, I guess you guys can relate, feeling so stuck and confined and like Hollywood, give me a break, please, give me an audition that feels right for me. And it's so rare that you get an audition that's for a Caribbean person or authentically, or the script actually matches up and was written by a Jamaican telling Jamaicans, so it was seeing a lot of lack, and I just wanted our stories on the screen. I just wanted something that reflected who I was, who my people are, the culture that I know on the screen, and I just went and did it.
And you did it so beautifully, and I like the way when you push the button, the caller drops down in the flesh. You know what I mean? That was dope. How did you come up with that idea?
That's teamwork. Everything in film is team. So I remember in my first draft of the script, it wasn't like that, but for doing feedback and sending it out to directors, some of whom I met here, sending it to them and saying, what do you think about the script? What could it use to make it pop even better? One of the feedback that I got was, it's a good story, but you're basing something on a radio world for the film screen. How can we make that more of an experience for the audience? And one of those feedbacks was see what you could do to pull us into it. And then I just let my brain, rock on that. And I was let's just bring them in. More characters, more fun,
Okay, I got one last question before we give it to the audience. And guys, if you have any questions, you got the microphones in the back. So this film, the protagonist, the letter was actually about the radio DJ, correct? Are you going to make this bigger? Or are you going to expand upon it? What is next for this? Because I see it being something. We don't have, for Caribbean folk, we don't have anything, So
for this story specifically, I'm not thinking of a longer form version of it, although literally everywhere we go, they're do a feature of this or do a series or something of it. For this one, no, but this for me is like the debut project for a company that I formed called Roots Production, and the entire mission behind Roots Production is to create more Caribbean stories that authentically show our people and our culture. So for me, this is like, you know, just a beacon to just keep going and doing more films, more works, more series, all the things.
What if you animated it? So like maybe you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You animated the show and you have the callers reading the letters, taking real world stuff, and you know, you have avatars. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why
I love the pitch.
This is this is the way my brain works.
I love this.
This is the way my brain works. I just thought of that. And when I have an idea, it's like, that's a good freaking idea. If you take the concept of Lettre La and you let the MetaFilmWorks folks just go ham with it, you write it, and they produce it in the metaverse, it actually costs absolutely nothing, because that type of stuff goes on all the time. But then being able to, we'll talk about it later. I just got so excited just now.
I love it.
Let's take questions from the audience. Yes, and then Jamal.
By the way, as they make their way, this was definitely, every time I watch it and the audience experiences it, like it's always a different experience, and this was definitely one of the best ones.
I love
just
that.
hear your laugh, and just so intimate, and like it felt like family, it felt like love. So I just appreciate that.
We get the jokes. You know, we know when you hit those. Yes. I love it. I have a letter to write to Lettre La. Yeah, Jamal.
What up, brother?
My brother.
I always love seeing this movie, man. I know you was talking about a lot about how like filmmaking is team, and there's a lot of trials and tribulations that you and your team had to go through to put this together. Like, could you speak on some of that and how y'all transcended that? Like even how Kima got involved and all
Yeah, absolutely. Like so it takes a team to make any film work, and I'm so glad that I had the team I had supporting me to make this vision come to life. Greatest horror story on this one. Our first day of filming, we're setting up, you know, everybody's there, cameras starting to do their thing, like we getting it going, production design, like yes, we're making it happen. The actress who was supposed to play the host alongside me tested positive for COVID. And exactly how you'll react, that's me, but then, yeah. And then the team just really put their heads together and said, what can we do? And Okima was supposed to play one of the smaller roles in the project. And we just called and said, can you come to set now instead of 4 hours later? And she came and she read the script on the way, had the script. As we were filming, the script was always under her, and she would, all right, and then
That's
run
that
into
act
it.
up training, by the way. Yeah.
But it honestly, blessing in disguise, because, you know, her performance really elevated the work in so many ways, and she was just so present and just brought so much life to it. And fun caveat, because she took that role, my mother, who happened to just be in New York, took her role, and so my mom was in the film.
Wait, that was your
That's
mom?
the woman in the head tie.
In the head tie.
That's the
oh,
woman.
wow.
Yeah.
Talk about community. Like, but this film has had an amazing tour. Wow, you did Essence. You got picked up by a lot of Black festivals, and now here you are in the cornerstone of Black culture. Congratulations.
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Another question.
This is more of a comment, but Lord have its mercy. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You.
You're welcome.
You get it. Because I just had a conversation with a friend of mine about not seeing more Caribbean films, more Caribbean in media here in America that are not just showing a Jamaican or a mockery of a Jamaican accent, and me being a Barbadian American who also has grandparents from St. Lucia, I was just like, they need to show a variety of Caribbean people and show that, you know, it's a similar story, but it's a different culture. Sometimes I see that Caribbean people are always shown in the light of something comical, So I really like the storyline that you have here, and it's still relatable to an American audience and beyond. So thank you very much, because
Thank
it's
you.
inspiring me as a writer to now take a story to another level, like media. So this was really good, and I just wanted to tell you, thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. Thank you.
So guys, I hope you are encouraged, and you guys are all here. So you're part of the community. You understand what ACT UP is. You understand the mission and what we're trying to do. I ask that you continue to show up, continue to help us grow, continue to be a member, continue to strive, because it's because of that we're able to have the Kivans. It's because of that we have the Okimas. Because of that we have you. And if we don't see you, if we don't engage with you, we won't know how to help you. We won't know what resources you need. We won't know how to help your project thrive and grow. We have some of the best minds in the industry. Some have accolades and awards, some don't, but you all have one thing, and that's this community in this verse and in the metaverse. So I'm going to connect you with that young brother right there. Ty, wave your hand. Let's see if we can get Let's see what we could do as a side project for Metafilm Works, okay? Please, round of applause.
Thank you.
All right, so now it's time for what y'all have all been waiting for. But before we do, I want to bring Jamal Hodge to the stage. Come on, you participating, right? You're participating in the monologue, $1,000? Yeah, I know you are. Did you put your name on the list? Yeah. Now he won Best Actor, so y'all better bring it. We're about to have a good time tonight. But I wanted, as we get the stage cleared, I wanted to make sure that I brought up not only an amazing and dynamic and amazing director, but a friend and a true supporter of this vision that is Harlem Film House. He's been with us from, Jesus, year, what?
2016?
Jesus. He won Best Director. He has won Audience Favorite. There is an award that he didn't win in his early years. He is absolutely phenomenal. He supports this festival like no other. He is the person on the phone yelling at me, telling me when I did something wrong all the time.
She's yelling at me, and I'm trying to make sense of it.
Right. You want to talk about a true language of love, camaraderie, and just us wanting to progress this art. There's no better friend than Jamal Hodge. He has graciously put up the money for tonight. We banded together and said, look, you know, I said, I'm going to go do something strange with some change. We're going to put some money in some pockets. He didn't have to, thank God. You know, he got money. But, you know, $1,000 is nothing to shake a stick at. So I want y'all to leave it on this stage tonight. Y'all hear me? And then take me out for a drink. Whoever gets it, y'all want a drink. But I'm going to turn the mic over to Jamal right now, and he has a couple of words to tell you about Hodge Cinema and the future of his productions.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? But, yeah, well, I mean, thank you so much, CR. I mean, you know, I ain't nothing but love. You know, I've been pissing you off like half the time we speak, but, you know, I just try to tell you the truth from my perspective, and I just want us all to grow as a community and to live in excellence. And that requires a lot of accountability, that requires a lot of sacrifice, but, you know, art is pain. I mean, everybody in this room is a sufferer. Everybody has transcended that suffering to turn into something beautiful, to create beauty. And that's what I think art is like finding the courage to be vulnerable enough to tell your truth so that other people can find their courage to live theirs. So with Hodge Cinema, I mean, what we're really trying to do with Hodge Cinema is really tell human stories that transcend suffering and create beauty. And we're really trying to push the truth. One of the things that I love about Act Up is that it's about coming up here and being real in a sense. Even though you're playing a character, it's almost like we use lies to tell the truth as actors, right? You know, like that's what we do. You guys, you channel something deep that you summon up the totality of the human experience and then put it on display for everybody to see. I always say like actors are kind of like prostitutes. But worse. I'm playing. But like, well, when I say that, what I'm saying is that you guys kind of, y'all give more than your bodies, y'all give your whole soul and your whole mind. So you're dealing with a certain level of intimacy. Y'all like that save, right? I caught myself, that was good, right? I see that, right? But yeah, you know, you guys leave so much out here. So, you know, Hot Cinema is very proud to be a part of ACT UP, very proud to support you guys. This is something that we want to do every year and have the pot increase. Sorry, it's so small this year, but you know, ain't none of us working. This, you know, everything is shut down right now. But you know, we'll keep on growing, we'll keep on getting better, and we'll find different ways to support CR, the program, and the community. So, all love.
So before we get started, did he leave? Is he still here? I think he's gone. Okay. I'm going to bring up to the stage my sister, Kim. She runs this organization like none other, and I can't do anything without her. She is going to be managing the rest of the program tonight. So I'm going to sit back and just watch the brilliance and excellence. But please give Kim a round of applause. She comes up to the stage.
Thank you, Sister dear. All right, y'all ready to act up? Without any further ado, because I am very anxious to see these 1-minute monologues. So actors, y'all know, because y'all been here before, when your mouth opens, the timer starts. When y'all hear the ding ding, or if I say time, your time will be up. Okay? All right. What's the name on the beat, huh? Jamal? Jamal, you know I'm a teacher, right? Okay. So without any further ado, first up to the stage is Nicole Hunt.
In Shakespeare's days, all of the actors were men because it was considered vulgar for a woman to be an actor. So actress is actually a colloquialism for prostitute at the time.
Preach, sister.
And
Preach.
that's my monologue. So you fall in love. You build a life together. You create a life together. A tiny, terrifying thing inside you that's yours and his. And then your body bulges and your mood sours and he starts looking at you like some alien thing and just lowered itself under the bed beside him. He looks at the scars rippling across your stomach with a disgust that borders on betrayal. He won't touch you, not even if you beg. And then one day, after a trip to the hospital, where your future had taken the shape of a black and white, tiny little girl, he pulls over at the park. He apologizes, saying that the money is too tight and the pressure is too much, and he simply cannot care for a family. But you don't hear him, because you'd already forgiven him, because you forgive him of fucking everything. You reach out your hand to comfort him, and he reaches for the gun in his jacket, and in one searing scarlet instant, your life, no, your lives
Scene.
are blown away.
All right, y'all, she done started it off. All right, so calling next to the stage is Osandu Tumbo. Oh no, I don't know if you. He pulling out all the stops, y'all.
Pomeru akun benkrai. Megru akun donkanarai. Pakun gamlang wong hakatai. Pomdak bokungwa. Mimi ngun. But what I do have is a particularly interesting set of skills. Skills that I've acquired over a long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. Now, if you let my daughter go now, that'll be it. I won't look for you. I won't search for you. Tame, I will look for you. I will hunt your ass down, and I will kill you. No one will be able to find your parts. I was kind of hoping you'd say that.
Scene. He bringing out languages, y'all. Okay. All right. Next to the stage is Yaya McCain. McLean. He just corrected me, y'all.
Okay, I'm coming out. Don't shoot. What? No, I don't got no gun. I got my hands up. Don't shoot. I got my hands up. You see, right? Yeah, motherfuckers. I forgot. I fucking forgot it. I totally forgot it. I forgot it. I totally forgot it. I totally forgot it.
Cops have surrounded the building. Come out with your hands up. Now, Momo, come out with your hands up.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Y'all think this is a game? Y'all ain't built for this. Y'all got a big house, nice cars, in a gated community. Yeah, but me, they wrote me off a long time ago. I could end it all, right here, right now. I forgot it. I'm done. My bad.
Just to let y'all know, if your monologue is less than a minute, is no fault there, okay? It just got to be powerful, and y'all got to come with it, all right? All right. Yeah, I still think that was good, though. Next up to the stage is Ruben Morales.
First time. All that you will hear from me belongs to my past, because I'm brand new in the city of joy. Day after day is a pain I cannot stand. Even if it's only a little mistake I make, failure is not my option. Going on with this is about to kill me in front of you. Hope nobody gets angry on me. I just try to catch that what is not for everyone, joy. The joy of being alive, kind of happiness and sadness. Long hours crying, most of them for nothing. Never mind, I'll stop doing that. Otherwise I will die trying. Pain, questioning my own existence as usual. Remembering those happy days at the beach, sailing or drinking at the bar, trying to survive every time until morning comes and the sun hits me again. Waking me up to another painful day, kicking me down to the floor, and getting me back from the small pieces until the night embraced me, and I can dream once more of a brand new day.
Scene. Thank you, Ruben. Okay, coming to the stage is Aja Mahogany. Miss Mahogany. Come on, Mahogany. She got the hair and everything. Come on, girl.
It's Asia, by the way.
Asia? I said Aja?
Yeah, but it's
No,
Asia. Thank
Asia. Coming to the stage. It's Asia Mahogany.
Proof? The rule is simple. The one who pulls the sword becomes king. Following the blade is the most sacred rule you have, and it has been for the last 1,500 years. But now your king looks like me. And not one of you has mentioned why I'm the heir of King Arthur in the first place. Why I have his blood in my veins. And you won't even admit that it's possible. That I am heir not by choice or honor, but by violence. You won't say it, but I will. I am the heir of King Arthur by rape. I am your proof! And I am your king.
Okay, I'm just gonna call you Miss Mahogany. Go ahead. All right. Thank you so much. Coming next to the stage is Tiffany Adams.
So there he is, writhing on the ground like a baby, when wham! Got him in the balls, bang! Hit him with my handbag, and zang! I got him with pepper spray. At this point, it was pure adrenaline. I was on fire. Once I had him subdued, I realized that the emblem on my Tory Burch handbag was totally cross-eyed, and so I held it up to him, and sure enough, he was like, ah! And I was like, take that, you creature of the dark! And he was like, ah! And I was like, that's what you get for attacking women in alleyways. He goes, please, I can't help it, it's just my nature. I said, I don't care if it's just your nature. You woman hater! He goes, I don't hate women. I just want to suck your blood. I was like, ew. He goes, you get used to it. I said, really? He goes, really? And then he started to lunge me again because I sort of forgot and hold up my handbag. But I was really caffeinated and my reflexes were on point. So I just said, take that. And then I said, why not take lemons and turn it into lemonade? So I said, you scumbag vampire. He goes, I'm really not a scumbag. I said, oh yeah? He goes, yeah. So I sprayed him again, made him drape my handbag over his shoulder, which made him lose like all his powers, loaded him in the back of the Escalade, and voila.
Scene, voila. Okay. Women power up here today, y'all. Come with it. Next up to the stage is Linda Green.
Those dirty little fucking bastards. They raped me. Every day they would torture me and make fun of me. They would take me in an abandoned building, and I got tired of their ass. I said, come on. Come on, you want it? Come on, you can get it. Come on. I'll give you some. When they got in that building, I locked it up. And I torched it. I torched it. What? Why would I tell Mama anything? I hated her. It was me. It was me. I killed Mama.
If y'all wondering why I got a shocked look on my face, it's because that's the first time I ever seen her do a scene like that. Linda, you go, girl. Do that. You know, I was expecting something totally different. Okay, women power, women empowerment, still coming up to the stage. Carol London.
Now that's just it. They call me Frenchy, but I'm not. I never told anyone I could speak French. Oh, well, not exactly. And I never told anyone I couldn't either, if you follow. You get a higher pay grade if you can speak 2 languages, and hardly any French people ever come in here. Well, once in a while they do, of course. But there's another woman, Christy. She speaks it, and we got a deal going. She covers for me after bonjour, and I take 2 extra clients of hers, and she gets to choose which 2. But Christy ain't here today. She's out sick. What I've got to do is to help you to understand enough English to pass this little test.
Scene. right, it's time to switch it up a little bit and bring some men to the stage. All right, coming next to the stage is Mr. Edwin. Let's go. You know, I had to put some, Mr. Edwin on his name. Being that he just,
The reality is I get paid minimum wage to bite my tongue, and I still get cursed out. And when that happens, what I really want to say is, I'm sorry, ma'am, if the products that we sell aren't good enough for your stuck-up ass. And I truly apologize that I don't know the price of that random item that you're holding up above your head from 200 feet away, and you're screaming at me from across the store. Maybe I don't know because I'm not your husband, lady. Actually, shit, I feel bad for anybody that's with you. Maybe, just maybe you should come a little closer and you try to articulate your question. I might have an answer for you. And if I don't, I'd love to help you find out. Fucking bitch.
Scene. I guess that supermarket is different today. All right, coming next to the stage is Skylar Bailey.
People kill me when they say niggas is lazy. Niggas is lazy. Wait, let me start over. Sorry. Let me do it again. Sorry.
I got you. Listen. When it's on the line, you gotta get it together.
I got you.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. People kill me when they say niggas is lazy. Like, worked for 300 years for free. Didn't even take a lunch break. Now, all of a sudden, niggas is lazy. Don't know how to work. All of a sudden, when it come time to pay niggas, ain't no work for them to do. It's crazy. Without you, the white man would be broke. They sitting on top.
They sitting on top. They sitting on top.
I got you. Without you, the white man would be broke, right? Everything that they built is sitting on top of you. That's why they could reach so far. I'm done. All right. I got you.
Scene. For Mr. Skylar, I got it though. I got it. Yeah. I felt that. You were trying to send a message. We ain't lazy. I got it. All right. Coming next to the stage is my brother, Charles Mason. Let's go.
I thought it was 3 minutes, not 1.
There will be no rescue. no intervention for us. Many of you know influential people abroad. You must call those people. Tell them what has happened. But when you call them, tell them what has happened, as if you are reaching through the phone and holding their hand. Let them know that if they let go of that hand, you will die. We must shame them into sending help. Sing.
Thank you, Brother Charles. Coming out with languages and accents, y'all. All right, we're gonna bring some more of this energy to the stage. Coming up next is Stephanie. I'm not gonna mess up your last name, but you know who you are. Come on up here, Stephanie.
And although I'm no longer obligated to him as counsel, and yes, the rational part of my brain is heavily convinced that Angel did, in fact, attempt to murder Reverend Kim, although it wasn't literally attempted murder. And no, you can't go around shooting people, and no, you can't go around stabbing them with dessert forks. And I get all that. But I gotta admit that somewhere inside of me, and I don't know if it's the good side or the side that I went to therapy twice a week and ACUA meetings for, but somewhere inside of me is a place that feels sometimes you can do those things, or somebody can, or should, and one man's neurotic is another man's hero. Scene.
Scene. You know what I love about y'all? Sometimes y'all time things perfectly. I don't have to say nothing. Thank you, Stephanie. Coming next to the stage, Donald.
No, John. I'm not coming back here, John. The guy at the train is annoying, and he followed me for 3 blocks. The first block, John. Sir. Second block, John. Sir, please, I just want to tell you that tonight is fetish night at the Crowbar. Third block, John. Sir, please, I don't want anything from you. I just want to give you $25 to smell your feet. Don't look at me like that, John. You know goddamn well what I did. I charged them $75 a foot. Today you're gonna take this money, John. Because you didn't take the Purple Heart they tried to give you for saving my life, brother. And you didn't listen when I told you not to run in that building. Whole platoon thought you was dead, John. But today you're gonna take this money. Because I love you, brother. See.
Donald. Coming next to the stage, Shanae Cook. And I'm just letting y'all know I already got her autograph, y'all. Either way with
What you said? No, repeat it. Who got you ready for school? Who combed your hair? Who helped you with your homework? Hell, I did your homework. Who got you your first training bra? Who was there when you hyperventilated over getting your first period? Who worked a part-time job so you could get those Jordache jeans that Joan has? Who do you think fed you the vision that you can even get out of here, Tony? Talking about, you ain't my mother. I might as well be. And this is the thanks I get? The disrespect? I'll kick your ass out right now. It's not my fault that Dad died. And that Mom went out on us. But I'm trying my best to be the parents that we never had. See.
Yes, great job. Great job, Miss Cook. Okay, coming next to the stage is Jaleesa. Come on, Jay, come here.
You're not the only one who's got wants and needs. But I held on to you, Troy. I took all my feelings, my wants, my needs, my dreams, and I buried them inside of you. I planted a seed and I watched and prayed over it. I planted myself inside of you and waited to bloom. And it didn't take me no 18 years to realize that the soil was hard and rocky and it was never gonna bloom. But I held on to you, Troy. I held you tighter because you was my husband. Because that was the only way that I was gonna survive as your wife. You're always talking about what you give and what you don't have to give. But you take too. You take and 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 don't even know nobody's giving.
Scene. That's when I say her name, I say Jaleesa. Okay, so coming next to the stage is Janice Gillard? James Gillard. Oh, see, obviously you are not in my class because I would have taught you how to print properly. He writes like a doctor, y'all. How am I supposed to understand who that is? James is on the stage.
Let me make this perfectly clear. I don't take no change. Go somewhere and turn them pennies into dollars before I put my foot up your ass. Whoever made this crack shit was brilliantly evil. It makes men leave their families, wives become $2 hoes, and men kill men for the love of the little rock. And I got it. Green top. Shit, I'm having a good day. So far, I rocked about $2 grand and only had to diss 2 people. First, the young boy, who obviously didn't know where he was or who he was dealing with, trying to sell red top on my corner. When I told the little nigga to bounce, he got indignant. talking about it's enough for everybody to get paid.
Scene.
Scene.
But I like that ending, though. That's enough for everybody to get paid. All right, coming next to the stage is Latonya Phillips. Latonya Phillips. So I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. Being an elementary school teacher, you see all type of names and all type of spellings. And once you think you know how to say somebody's name, nope.
What he say to me? No, I'm in charge. Huh? It's a thin line between being a productive member of our community or just another felon, picking scraps out of the dumpster. Remember who helped all of you climb up out of your shitholes? You know what I had to sacrifice to keep this place open? To not be pulled back down. No, you don't. See, you wouldn't know. I got more battle scars than most veterans. My life is a list of indignities that will make your skin crawl. You talk to me about cruelty, I will teach you something about perseverance. Now, see, this world is mean. I am just in it. Tell me again what you said. Huh?
Scene. And no, I won't. I'm not gonna tell you nothing. Yeah, let me tell y'all something. Judges, I am so glad I'm just calling names. All right, next to the stage is D. Malik Beckford. I said that right, right? All right.
See, that's the thing about white chicks. You ain't have to have a job. You ain't have to have money. Shit, you ain't have to have shit. All you need is a big dick and a smile. If they like you, then fuck you. You know what your problem is? You're not seeing the bigger picture. This ain't about you and one white chick. This is about you and all the white chicks. This is God saying, go forth, my son, and plunder the white man's natural resources. Come on. You one fine-ass motherfucker. And look, man, you look so good, I'll fuck you. And I don't mean that in a gay way. I mean that in a prison way. Like, if we was both locked down, I'd be fucking the shit out of you right now. Hell, you look so good, I'll even let you fuck me.
And on that note, that made me laugh. All right. We're coming up to the end, ladies and gentlemen. Last but not least, now I'm gonna mess this word up. Y'all you know who you are. Come up here. Boldware. Yeah, because he another one I need to take the penmanship class. I'm glad my actor family know me because they know I mess up a name like nobody business. And they don't take it personal. They just come up here and do their work. Let's watch it happen, y'all.
I see where niggas gotta sleep and where niggas gotta eat. I said if I had me some bread, I'd be a rich man. The blind, one-eyed man in the valley is king. I used to sell whole cakes out the back of a wagon, cook them right over the coals, cook them right out of the pot. The police come chase me off that corner, said I needed a license. I had to pay 6 or 7 people. It took me some time, but I got me a license. Niggas say my bowls was too small. I got bigger bowls. They say I didn't put up beans and pork. I put more beans in there. I bought me some chickens and charged extra for the big ones. And the people got mad. Ooh. One man said the chickens had big feet, but they didn't have big wings. I said, shit, I'm in the wrong business. I'm gonna let these niggas eat what they want on their own, but I'm gonna get them a place to stay. Only I didn't have any money for no property. So,
Scene. All right. Thank you, everyone, for your participation tonight. Y'all did a wonderful job. Wonderful job. You know, if it was up to me, I would make a movie and put all y'all motherfuckers. But I ain't got the budget. And none of y'all be paying for nothing. So guess what? I'm gonna be CR to the stage. Thank you very much. Actor!
Thank you, Sister Dear. Like, that's our actual name for each other. Like, I call her, I'm like, hello, Sister Dear. And she goes, hello, Sister Dear. So that's what, so we call each other until she's mad at me. Then, well, we won't go into that. Before we name winners, I have to send a very heartfelt thank you, gratitude, love, my very soul to Casey. Please give Casey, who's the director of the Schomburg, a lot of people like to front and act like when they get a dope space to do something in that they had something or they got loot or they do all of that. I am honored to say that that man has been a father to me since I was a mere 16 years old. But don't aw shit. He is a perfectionist. He is one that if you are not to the level, he gives you no play. You guys have helped me prove to him that this program is worthy of the space in which it occupies. His career history in Harlem and for the youth of Harlem is beyond reproach. I was put under his care when I was 16 in a program called Double Discovery. It was at Columbia University for very gifted children. And I was a gifted child, gifted in mischievous activities and shenanigans. My mother, bless her soul, put me under his care and under his program. And he cared for us kids like no other. And here, all these years later, we won't say how many because I will not date myself, I came into the Schomburg with our tech app called Membit, and I saw him across the room, he saw me across the room, and he was like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, this is my app, this is, Membit, we're here. He was like, holy snap, what are you into? I said, well, sir, my building that we were in, it closed down because of COVID, and we don't have a home for our programs, and I have such a big, dope community. And he said, you know what, send me your deck, send me a proposal, because, he wasn't playing. Yes, I had to send the paperwork in. And he said, let's see what you got. And I knew I couldn't cut corners, but I knew that all I had to do was show him what you guys do, how dope y'all were, and he would fall in love immediately, and he did. So Kevin, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for giving us a home. We have, community is made up, it does take a village to raise a child, and I'm one of his kids, and I love you. Now, without any further ado, I want to bring our judges up to the stage, Jamal Hodge, Bobby Yen, and Bobby Ashley. Yes. These guys have decided who will win the $1,000 tonight. And I hope y'all have Zelle, because we're going to pay you right on the spot, right here on the stage. Come on up, fellas. Y'all got that mic right there.
We gotta talk about it, no.
No.
We haven't spoken about it yet. So, this is what I'm thinking. Okay. I made a list. Let me tell you what you guys think.
Really? They still deliberating? Okay, so while we have this little moment of time, because we still have time, I would like to also give a heartfelt thank you to Michael Bowman. Michael and I have been running around this place for the past week like two cousins who just met each other, and I have grown to have so much affection for you. Like, you make my heart sing. I love that when I call you, you answer immediately. You always got the answers. You're dope as hell. And I really appreciate everything that you've done for us this entire year. Because you guys know we've been having ACT UP here for the past year, right? And he's been here with me in the trenches, with me and my sister, doing the work. And I so love and appreciate you. And I hope we get to do more stuff together. Yeah, are you guys ready? They still deliberating. I know, deliberating hard. If I can ask Kevin, if you can come up and say a few words about the Schomburg while we have folks here and some of the programming, other than what we do, that folks can get involved with.
So you know what? Rather than talk about what the Schomburg Center does, let me tell you why you're here in the first place. So when CR was telling me that there were, young actors and screenwriters who wanted to find a place to do their work, for those of you who went down to the American Negro Theater before, that's actually where people like Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier actually got their start. And they started because folks in the community came to the librarians who had this space. And for folks who are from needful communities, space is a resource. One of the hardest things for us to do in our lives is to find a place that is safe, comfortable, and meaningful to get together. So when you have space, if you lock it and close it, it's one of the worst things to do. So part of my role at the Schomburg Center was really to be community engagement. And it doesn't mean you could do whatever you want to do. It doesn't really work that way. But like many of you, aren't in New York City public schools. And it used to piss me off that they would chain the playground. You couldn't do after-school activities. No offense to the facilities guys, but you'd have to actually talk to a school janitor who would tell you, well, no, you can't come in today because I'm not available. And I'm like, that never made any sense to me. So for me, the Schomburg Center is part of this community. So when we can have people here, that actually makes my heart sing. That's the reason I'm here. I mean, I could do other things in my life, but being at a place like this, almost everybody that works at the Schomburg Center, if you ask why we're here, they almost all say it's because it's the Schomburg Center. And I don't mean from the director down to the, the curator level. I mean down to some of the security and the facilities folks first as well. It is this place that is very important to the Harlem community. We literally have been here since the Harlem Renaissance. So having you here, you are part of that history. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Kevin. A turn of events, plot twist. They can't make a damn decision. So I need the following 4 people to come to the stage right now. Jaleesa.
Jaleesa.
Donald. Oh, sorry. Okay. Jaleesa, Donald, Kayvon,
Latoya.
Latanya.
Phillips.
Yep.
And D. Malik. D.
Malik. Okay. Need you guys to stand single file across the stage. Ooh, don't. Wait a minute.
Do or die. Do or die. This is rough.
They try to take you out. All right. All right, guys, listen, because we got to be out of this building. We got to be out of here by 9, okay? So we literally got 20 minutes. You guys got 30 seconds.
Try to do something maybe a little different that you did before, but I can still show who you are.
I'm so sorry, I missed it. What's happening?
So, what we want you guys to do, we want to do a runoff. Because we can't decide between all. Y'all pretty much all scored the same in all the judges, pretty much.
Shit.
You got. So we have almost like a 5-way tie. So what we want you guys to do is to just do like a 30-second monologue. We'll give you like about 2 minutes to prepare something deep, and go one, the next person, next person, next person, next person. All right? All right?
Different monologues, different vibe.
Y'all can go in whatever order y'all feel ready. You don't have to do in the order that we said. But when you're ready, just come up to the mic and we'll get started. We give you like 2 minutes.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay. Now, in the following minute,
Yeah, we should sit back down.
I want to thank some sponsors that are in the building. There's a young man here who I think is super dope. He is one of the youngest entrepreneurs under the umbrella and in the community. He goes by the name of Mega Meech. It's the young boy right there. And he is helping us with our merch and graphic design and all of those things. So I just wanted to make sure I recognized him before closing night, because usually closing night is when you do it. But since I have this space and time, I wanted to tell you how I'm so proud of you and what you're doing. And I so love your dad and how you support him, because that's how it should be done. And I think it's pretty dope that you've been here with us all week and not a complaint. You've just been absorbing everything and learning the business. And I wish more of our kids were like you. Yeah. Plus, he keeps me cool, right? He keeps me cool. I was playing Roblox the other day, and I was like, yo, I'm doing Roblox. And he was like, yeah, that's cute. I was like, okay. Now I know not to talk about that in public. This is the last time, I promise, Meech, I promise. Are we ready? Is anybody ready to go? Who's brave?
About being brave was about that 30 seconds. I was like, 30 seconds? That was my piece, and I'm kidding. I just jumped out there. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Two dead women in the back. And then there was this baby on the floor of the back seat screaming his lungs out. They were civilians. You see a Huey overhead and an M1A1 Abrams tank coming down the street, and they just panicked, freaked. God knows what. I'm standing there like an idiot.
Okay. Stay on the stage. Stay on the stage. Stay on the stage. Stay up here. All right. Who's coming up next? We got to go one behind the other. One behind the other. All right, Jamal, say a name.
I would say, let's have a go
Kima, your turn.
had a stutter in school. I didn't have any girlfriends or anything like that, and I always looked up to my brother. And I always thought that he was my best friend. You know, he was that kind of guy, like, real magnetic, like. Then I found out my brother was using drugs. I didn't know that. What does that say about me?
Stay on stage, Kayvon. Kayvon, stay on stage. Yes, stay on stage. Jamal, who's next?
Let's have Latonya go.
Latonya.
You're still where I left off. You still care. You still think you can cure the world, patch up the world with the great penicillin of independence. But where does it end? An end to miseries, to stupidity. Don't you see, Asagad? There is no real progress. There's just this circle that we march around and around, each of us, with our own picture in front of us. Our own image of what we think is the future.
Jamal, who's next?
Baby, wait. Baby, I'm sorry. And I feel like shit. I know this was the second time, but I'm sorry. I should have never cheated on you. But I'm telling you today, because I went and got tested. Baby, I got HIV. And I swear to you, I'm sorry. And I'm telling you because I got it from your mother.
All right, everybody calm down. Calm down. Shenanigans.
Does that go
Okay.
down?
Let's give it like 10 seconds.
Does this move? Just don't want it like in my face. I don't know how to move it down. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's fine. When I was a little girl, I used to say, I love you to the moon and down again, around the world and back again. And she used to say to me, I love you to the sun and down again, around the stars and back again. And I used to think, wow, I love Mama and Mama loves me, and what went wrong? What went wrong, Mama? I love you and you love me, and what went wrong? You see, she's over there and I'm over here, and she hates me because of the things that I've done to her. And I hate her because of the things that she's done to me. You see, you stand up there asking, do you love your... Woo!
All right, judges. Judges to the stage. While the judges get their life together, I want to acknowledge another partner and sponsor of the festival that has made all of this possible, Nina Kreese from the Music Gaming Castle. I'll definitely have more accolades for her closing night, but she has made this festival absolutely amazing not just because she's a dope DJ, but because she is my friend. And I love you, and I thank you for your support and for always showing up. Listen.
What we gotta do?
Right. I don't know. Are y'all prepared? Are y'all prepared to split $1,000 5 ways? I don't know, because it looks like who said no? They look scared as hell back there, y'all. They like this. Excuse me?
Well, y'all can do it like the Apollo. We can do Apollo style.
Apollo style?
Nah, where's Kiki?
They said no. They said no.
I can still do it.
Well, while they deliberate, let's see who is the audience favorite. Come on, guys. No? Y'all want to see who no, you don't want to do that? Okay. Judges, y'all killing me here. I'm dying on the vine over here, judges. I know. And we have to we got to get out the building. All right, guys, we have a decision. Hey. Oh, let's move.
I was just trying to get a tissue and bring it to my father. He got me.
Please give a round of applause for all of these amazing actors.
It's impossible, really. An impossible decision. It's an impossible decision.
We do have a tie. So the winners will have to split. Okay?
We created an alliance.
Oh, really? The alliance?
Yeah, we have an alliance.
All right.
We had one holdout.
We had one holdout. Oh, come on. We said we split. He said no.
I said no. I said I got bills.
I'm a single mom with bills.
All right.
All right, I'll share it.
Not only that, but all of you have come to ACT UP membership for life, because what y'all did tonight was groundbreaking. Now, if you still want to donate, we still need the help. But let's talk about the winners. Tonight's winners, Donald Caliste. And Jaleesa. Congratulations.
Good stuff, brother. Good stuff.
The winners of the $1,000 challenge.
We gotta take a picture with you, right? Yes. In the middle, in the middle. Where's Jamal and the judges?
Jamal, judges, come please. Let's take a picture.
Thank you all for being here.
Okay, winners, just meet me downstairs in the rehearsal room. Donald and Jaleesa, meet me downstairs in the rehearsal room and we'll get you paid out tonight.
Okay.
To the rest of you, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming. Tomorrow night is the director's dinner at the Harlem Film House. And we also have a day of screenings here at the Schomburg. If everyone can please make their way out of the theater, we appreciate you.